Sunrise sneaks through the blinds so sly. Coffee whispers, come on, give me a try. Shadows dance on the wall, spinning tales. A new day hums like an old vinyl trail. Oh, it's a morning retro vibe. Feel the rhythm come alive. Snap your fingers, tap your feet. The past and present start to meet. Neon dreams left over from the night. Faded colors finding new delight. The clock ticks soft, it doesn't rush. Golden rays paint the world in blush. Wake up slow, let the groove unfold. Every moment feels like gold. Oh, oh, it's a morning retro vibe. Feel the rhythm come alive. Snap your fingers, tap your feet. The past and present start to meet. Neon dreams left over from the night. Faded colors finding new daylight. The clock ticks soft, it doesn't rush. Golden rays paint the world in blush. Wake up slow, let the groove unfold. Every moment feels like gold. Oh, oh, it's a morning retro vibe. Feel the rhythm come.
Hello guys, welcome back. I'm back. Not much to say, let's just get started. Alright. Lock the door. Hold on guys, I think I forgot to lock the damn door. Okay. Hey, Cosmo. Just whispers I'm not here. Okay. Are you okay, dude? I'm fine. Just on the life. Set my eyeballs watching many cards ready to unfold. Funny guy you are, buddy. Ooh. Okay, how many reversal cards are they gonna put in the damn deck? Seriously, what the hell? Seriously, how many reverse cards and skip cards do they need to put in a damn deck? Jesus. That was weird. I appreciate the show. You're welcome, buddy. Told you I care. Some people tend to forget. Some people tend to forget how much I do care. But I'm glad you don't forget, at least. What's wrong? Why are you smoking? You just have sex all? No. Just at the point in life where I just lack the ability to give a damn JR. Just at the point in my life where I'm 27 years old and I'm slowly lacking the ability to give a damn. And that's game. So. No, next match will be at that. Yeah, I'm 27. Had my life portrayed in front of me. I'm getting a little bit restless in life. And I think that's the best way I can define my mood at this point. It's no one's fault but my own. If I had to put it quite simply, it's no one's fault but my own. So it wasn't a stacked card, at least. During the good and not so good moments, you see who are really there for you, and it shows, yeah. But I do question if that's going to be a long-lasting thing, or if people are just going to sit there and pretend sometimes, kind of like what you go through, Cosmo. To begin to have realizations of that day in, day out. I spent my whole entire life before. It's weird. I grew up in the life of toxicity. I grew up in a school environment, elementary school through middle school and plus, in a world where people don't really care, kind of deal. And then I grew accustomed to it, if that makes any sense. I grew so accustomed to basically basic bullshit such as people trying to put a number on themselves or a label and slap a label like, you should trust me, this is good, and then all of a sudden, bingo, you know what I mean? It's like, But yeah, Cosmo, I know you're a good person. I know the majority of my chatters are the good person. It's just one of those things where I have to question, am I good enough for people? I have to look at myself in the mirror and say, are you worth it? Are you gonna lose your shit today? Is what I ask myself on a daily occurrence. Or, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you stare at yourself in the mirror and you think, okay, is today gonna be one of those days, or is it gonna be a good day? You know what I mean? I don't pretend I give myself to people when I open myself to be able to and to shut me down, which I don't take lightly because I think I've proven being sincere when it comes to people I love. And Cosmo, for the record, wasn't shutting you down, buddy. I was just not trying to shut you down. I was trying to change the subject so we wouldn't get to this point. So, wasn't a shutdown moment, brother. I was trying to avoid conflict, that's all. It wasn't me shutting you down, just to be clear. Just so we're clear on that. It wasn't me trying to shut you down, Holmes. It was me trying to be honest with you like a good person I should be versus what I want to be. It's how I was raised. To be honest with people, whether I want to be or not. So, that's how I was raised, was to tell the truth and don't tell lies. And that includes like sugarcoating. Not saying you do that. I'm saying I try not to do that myself. You know what I mean? Okay, but don't say one day I need to open to you, as I'm your best friend, and when I did open to you about something that happened a day, you changed the subject. Cosmo, it's nothing personal, buddy. I just was not having a good day. As you also have those days, which I have respect for. That's why I don't like, because I feel that's a contradiction, that's all. Yeah, I get it. It makes sense. But Cosmo, let me be honest with you, boy, because I care about you enough to be honest with you. There are going to be people like that in this world, trust me. Even there are going to be people like me who want space, even in that contradicting concept. And don't take it as me being spiteful. Take it as me trying to take a moment to hang back before it becomes something bad. That's all I'm trying to say. You know I love you to death and I care about you. That's why I was trying to avoid this. So, it's not me trying to be hateful or spiteful. It's me trying to avoid conflict. That's all. It wasn't me trying to be a dick, dude. That's all I have to say about that. As I wasn't trying to be spiteful, wasn't trying to be hateful, but it's okay. I tend to get that same reaction from a bunch of people I've been to school with too. So I tend to get a lot of that similar reaction people in my life, and then they go down the river along with everything else. I just hope that's not you too. I lost too many people this year regarding death and everything else. I don't need to lose anyone else this year. I lost, let's see, no, I didn't lose them this year. No, what am I saying? Why did I say that? See, this is what I mean. I'm so confuzzled on a day-to-day basis. I can't remember half the shit I say. Okay, well, next time, try not to worry. I will keep it to myself. Yeah, I'll try not to push you to tell me. I'll try not to push you to tell me, because now I know this is my fault for making this happen. Okay, well, next time to not worry you, I will keep it to myself. Well, and Cosmo, next time I won't push you to tell me. I'm sorry about that. I just know over half the time I tend to cause problems for people. I tend to be more of a I tend to be more of I tend to be more of a liability to people versus a solution. So don't come to me for advice regardless, because I tend to be a liability. I see. Yeah, I know you did, brother. I know you asked. I know you asked what happened to you. And I'm sorry about if I was spiteful. I apologize. My life has just been down the toilet since 13 years old. I'm trying to my best to forget. Spent 20 plus years trying to forget. That's why I don't like talking about my personal problems. There are a lot of heinous things I've been through in life. Abuse, like both mental and physical. I've seen some people get almost killed. Almost slaughtered. I've seen some shit in my day. Some really horrible crap. I've seen some terrible things happen in my life. I witnessed a ton of things that no man, no woman, or child should ever have to witness in their life. And unfortunately, that's just how things are. +20 years trying to forget all the crap that I've done in my life that's horrible. As well as forgetting all the pain of other people's crap. I've spent like 20+ years feeling that, so. Green, why not? God forbid I'm Irish. But yeah, just don't take it as me being mad at you, dude. And that goes for everyone in chat, please. Take this as a don't take this as a I'm mad at you kind of moment, chat. Don't take this as an I hate all you moment. Take this as a I need a moment to think kind of moment. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, hold on. Skip. I know what you're going through, IRL, and you worry about your family. I was upset and being too close to a friend as I was boiled up. But I'm a person. I act based on how I feel. I'm not a fake, but despite that, I love you very much as a friend. It's almost Christian. I don't want you to celebrate a festive holiday without you, but see, that's the thing. I don't normally say this on live stream about the holidays, but I will tell you it personally because it's time for me to be just a teensy bit more honest than not when I'm normally being honest. And I am going to be honest with all of you. The holidays were never my favorite time of year. Christmas was a stressful time of year, even when I was 13 years old. Because around Christmas, that would mean one of many things, mostly three. One, my mother and my grandma would be even more spitefully stressed out than normal. Two, that would mean family members coming over that we normally don't want to see. And three, people on the roads and everything else are even more spiteful than normal. And that would mean even before said holiday, going to shopping for just normal groceries is a struggle. Just to get through the stores and gather as quick as can be. Because people tend to be assholes in the stores, especially up here in New England. Because no one has a sense of morality here in New England other than me, I think. I'm one of very few. And the thing is, that's why Christmas amongst some other holidays, I'm not in the best of moods. Because family members are more stressed out than they need to be. There are people in the neighboring areas that are more stressed out than they need to be. And I tend to be a sponge and happen to soak that shit up like it's damn popsicle. Like it's a melted popsicle. And I'm the sponge. But yeah, Christmas has never been my favorite holiday. That's why Halloween is an exception. And I don't think I've told anyone this, but there's a reason why I prefer Halloween over every other holiday. And the reason is this. 1. No clutter of family members. 2. When you go to the supermarket, it's not like people are rushing for a deadline to get the last item. 3. And most importantly, it's just my favorite time altogether. Me being an adult now, I just don't get excited for Christmas as I used to. I feel Christmas is more for children and them getting presents. See, that's the thing, is that when I was growing up, that wasn't the case for us. Okay, we got presents, but it wasn't as exciting for us children. Okay, and let me explain why. Growing up in my household, and I'm saying this out of complete sincere honesty here, growing up in, even during Maine, when my mom had an actual good paying job, we never took Christmas as children as it's all about presents. Because you would get, if you were in our neighborhood and you thought, yay, it's all about presents, you'd get shit on hard by the neighboring people, because they would tell you, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. It's not all about presents. It is about family and getting together. You should be diehard ashamed of yourself. That's how we were raised, to respect the holiday as a gathering, not as presents. As a day you just get free stuff. So that's how we were raised, and I think that's awesome. But the problem with the now is that children, all they care about on Christmas is presents. Back then, when I grew up in childhood, we were raised to respect the fact that we had family coming over, and we were grateful to have any family come over during that time. So when we grew up like that, and hell, if we were fresh to our parents, we got our butts strapped. We were told to come over here and assume the position, and sure enough, whoosh, we got licks for it. And that's in the 2000s, and that shit was still legal then. That shit was still legal then. Or even around that time frame. That's how I was raised. I was raised to show respect, or I would be eaten alive by the world we lived in. So that's how I was raised. So there you go, a little lore for you. Just a little lore, just so everyone's aware. There's some lore for you. Me being raised was like going to boot camp. You did as you were told. You brushed your teeth every night. You went to bed at a decent hour. That would mean TV off at a certain time. That would mean also you took showers where you frickin' wanted to or not. You ate what was on your plate, or else either A, you got yelled at and told to go to bed, or you would B, if it was that kind of night, you'd get yelled at, paddled, and then go to bed. So, because you were in our own household, you were told to respect your elders in a die-hard way. And what I mean is, you ate their food, you did not complain about it. And if you didn't like it, you'd say, no thank you, I will gladly go to bed without supper tonight. Doesn't mean you'll get a pass, just means you escaped more conflict than you normally would have. Just means you would go to bed without dinner, and the cook, which would have been my grandmother, would give us a dirty look right on our way to our bedroom. So yeah, that's how I was raised. Partial to the reason why I don't and let me clarify, I don't hate Christmas. I have nothing against the holiday itself. I just don't like how our generation has come about, where it's raised of, yay, Christmas is around the corner, we get free presents. You know, back in the day, we were, even 2000s, which is still like later on, but still, we were raised to be thankful that we had family coming over in general, that we had family members that were still kicking and alive to have a family get together. These kids nowadays, God bless them, I have nothing against them, but at the same time, these kids know nothing of what family actually means, because as they're too busy twinkling on their phones to even pay attention to what actually is going on around them. And I'm going to say, I don't care if there's any children in this chat that get broken hearted, because listen, if there are youngins in this chat that hate what I'm saying, then leave the chat now and unsub. I don't care. Because that's what I was told as a child, to face facts. And if I didn't want to face facts, it would be a hurtful awakening. It would be a very painful awakening to find out that this was the way things were going to be. It would have been a very painful awakening. And my gram, God bless her, she told me, she's like, dude, you're going to find out she told me, and this was at the age of 13, may I remind you. She told me, she's like, one way or another, you're going to, she told me, she's like, one way or another, kid, you're going to find out one way or another just how horrible the world is, and you're not going to like it. But she did say, at the end of the day, you will learn from those mistakes, and you'll be proud of yourself when you do. And I did. I was proud of myself for many years. And then you know, I look at today's generation of children and how they've come about. And I have to put the needle back and think, what did I miss? What did I do wrong to deserve this kind of judgment? To where we have children in this world that do not value the same things we valued growing up, that are spoiled rotten to the point where they feel they don't need to show any sign of responsibility. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I've spent, let's see, I think about almost like 10 to 20 plus years thinking this and realizing it. No, I haven't been an adult that long, so I would have to say, let's see, 18 would have been, I'm 27, and 18 years of age, that would have been, give or take, minus 2, 9 years, almost 10 years I've noticed this. And it gets very sad by the day to see how our generation has faltered. Children refuse to do as they're told, and they get everything handed to them, all because they whine. Parents give in because their children whine, and because their children whine, they give the child anything they want, as long as the child whines to get what they want. And that's fine if you're rewarding your child for good behavior, or even for a great achievement, but if you're just giving your kid things willy-nilly, they're going to get used to it, and then they're going to get to the point where they are expecting it day in, day out, and if you don't give them what they want, there's the loyal behavior out the door. That's the way I hit. And here's another thing that I'm going to say that might be controversial. I watched something on the YouTubeverse about this. I don't remember who was the guy that made the video, but I'm not even sure if it was on YouTube. Yeah, that never happens in my family. We have to earn it. Exactly. And unfortunately, that's just how the world is now. You don't get what you want unless you whine for it nowadays. While back then, you had to earn it by hard work, busting your ass, like doing chores and making money. You know what I mean? But yeah. But in some children's households nowadays, they just and then they get what they want. You know what I mean? So it's really shameful. It's embarrassing to watch. Dude, I'm not, and see, that's where I'm at, why I refuse to have my own children. Also partial to the reason why I refuse to get into a relationship regardless with a woman or anything like that. You know what I mean? I refuse to date for that very specific reason. I mean, I tried that with Mrs. Retro, aka Tina, but I told myself, I says, this is not going to work out. This is the way it's going. And I told myself, I was finally done, you know. And, you know, I spent years holding my own, being alone. And then, you know. But this is why I prefer not to be in relationships. First comes regular dating in life, and then comes getting married possibly, then possibly having children. And I can't risk either of those. Because one, marriage costs money. Money this homeboy ain't got. Two, the children's side of it. One, you gotta pay for the children's health care. You gotta pay for the children's stuff, toys, etc. And I'm not about to throw my freaking personal life away for something that's gonna turn me into the slave to the system. So, yeah, I wait. Kazo said, I was about to ask if you see yourself having your own kids, but I guess you beat me to the question. You know, Cosmo, I'll give you a smile for that one, because it's funny you were about to ask me that question. And don't take this personally. I am actually finding this guy humorous in a wholesome manner. Okay, this is what I want to tell you. And don't, please, anyone that is in a relationship, please ignore what I am saying, because obviously if you guys who are in a relationship, who have been in a relationship a long time, good for you. Seriously, gold star for you. But I'm going to say it from my perspective of a relationship, so don't worry about me. The way wrong button. The way I see it, you know, is I don't do well in relationships. Never have been. I've been very much a loner most of my entire living life. And I say that with enough confidence to admit it. Yeah, that was 2 cents gained to relation with that, he said. Good thing you dodged a bullet. Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things, and you know, I have grown into a man that values solitude. I say that very, very loosely. I say this very loosely and very confidently. I am a man that, yes, I do. Here's the thing, and okay, I don't mind talking to people. I don't mind vocalizing to people conversation, right? But as equally as I also value solitude. And you're welcome, Beast of Swords. I got you, friend. I value solitude as equally as I value a good conversation. If that makes any sense. And why I say this is because there are times when I need to hang back into a corner. Now, and this is the same thing I was trying to tell the girl I was with. I was trying to explain to her. I'm like, dude, when you're upset, you feel in a bad space. You feel like you need to talk to people. And I told her, I says, this is how I know me and her were built differently, because for her point of view, she feels anytime she's upset, she wants to vocalize to people and talk to them and vent, right? Me, when I'm upset, I prefer to be left the fuck alone. This is the way I am. This is how I am, okay? When I am upset, I don't talk to no one. I am very silent when I am very upset. And I prefer it that way because it saves me the trouble of upsetting others. Exactly. Especially the whole needing a third person in relationship to make it feel more complete. As open-minded as I am, in that sense, I am old-fashioned. I'm not into yeah, I see where you're coming from, friend. I saw with that comment. I 100% agree. See, the way I see it is that, you know, again, like I said, I prefer to be left alone when I'm upset. Most people I've seen that I've been involved with, and when I say involved with, I mean in relationships, via dating, any kind like that. And I have to tell them, like, yeah, that's funny that you want to talk to me and vent when you're upset. And then she says, oh, but you're upset. I should talk to you. We should talk things over. And I have to tell them, I says, that's fine for you. It may work for you. Talking out your problems. Me, I prefer to manually slow cook and simmer down. So, that's just how I personally am. Is I prefer to cool down manually versus trying to have someone convince me that I should be cooling down. You know, you cannot cool down a pot if you add fuel to the fire, if you know what I mean. It's like, how can you cool down a boiling pot if you're adding fuel to the fire? If you catch what I'm saying. You cannot put out a fire and let it burn it. And you cannot let a fire die if you're adding fuel to the flame. If that makes any sense to somebody or something. That's why I have to put it out there. No matter how much people think they can help a person when they're upset and stuff, you cannot help a person if they're that type of person who wants to be left alone when they're upset. And no matter how much you care deeply for that person, if you truly care for that person, you leave them be. So, that's where I'm at on that equation. And that's why I tried to tell Miss Thing, as I like to call her sometimes. If she truly cared about me enough, she would have just left me be. Pretty much. Sorry, I'm that way whenever I watch your live stream. I'm just a boiling kettle that gets hot by the minute. Sorry, I was trying to lighten the mood. No, you're good. You're good. You're good, buddy. It's okay. It's not you. And see, this is the other thing. Cosmo, don't feel like I'm targeting you with this because I've told others this too. So don't feel like this is a you thing I'm delivering the message to. I have told several others this as well. That goes for everyone I've also told this. Don't think this is directed directly at you. This is for anybody that feels this way in the same circumstance. I have to educate people when they think I'm mad at them. I have to say, dude, stop apologizing. Why are you apologizing? You're not the person that made the problem, so why are you apologizing? I have to tell them, like, you didn't do nothing to me. Okay, I'm not mad. I don't get mad at people unless they do something diabolical. Okay? And when I say diabolical, it has to mean downright evil, maniacal, diabolical bullshit. Okay? Like, for example, okay, a person would have to do something so shameful in my honor that would make me that mad at them. For example, okay, I have my mother, right? And you know me, being a typical son of the family, right? Let's just put a hypothetical scenario out there. Let's just say you're in public. For example, let's just say me and my ma and a couple of friends and family go out for dinner at a local pub or something, right? And then some idiot across the bar starts insulting my mother. What do you think I'm going to do? Fill in the blanks. Copy and paste. What do you think I'm going to do? This is what I mean by, this is what I mean. Someone would have to do something so diabolical in that aspect to want me to do any hatred, harm to them, or even be hateful towards them, or even mad at them for that matter. See, this is why I tell people it takes a good portion of a lot to get me mad at you. And even now, with this serious look on my face, I'm not mad. Okay? This is why I have to educate people. I am not mad at people today. I am not angry at anyone. No one's in trouble here. This is just me being an honest-to-God person and being out with it. You know what I mean? Well, because this is a serious stream, all of a sudden I come up with a humorous comment to lighten the mood. That's why I said sorry, because I don't know how you'd react to that's all, but I'm glad this is not the case. Yeah, yeah, Kazo, please. Wasn't mad at you earlier today, still ain't mad at you regardless. This is just one of those I need people to understand kind of deals. You know what I mean? Never need validation that you are my best friend, dude. I don't need you to prove anything. There's nothing you need to prove to me. Okay? So let's put that out there, make that clear. That goes for any one of you die-hard people in chat. And it's kind of like what Cosmo says in his channel. If what's the word? Cosmo, validate. Can you help me remember what you said? Cosmo said something in his chat, and this was a good quote. I actually give him a gold medal for saying this. I'm trying to remember what it was called. The people know who they are if they're a good friend. Something along those lines. Ugh, God, I'm drawing a blank. People know they're a good friend to somebody, and you know who you are. If you... Damn it. I'm drawing a blank again. I don't know what... Cosmo, if you're still here, can you help me with this? You said something along those lines. That was a really awesome quote. That makes 100% sense, and I need validation on what that is. Cosmo said, oh, I know I did nothing wrong. I was just opening up to you what happened Friday, but didn't want to say it on stream. Yeah, I get it. But Cosmo, you said a very inspirational quote once. It was something along the lines of friends know that they're friends or something. You know if someone's a loyal person. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I haven't had enough caffeine today. Much less not enough sleep. I've been very restless lately, so it's kind of my own fault in that equation. So you'll have to forgive me on that one. So it's been that way for the it's been that way for the course of a couple months, so you have to forgive me on that one. It's been that way for at least 2 months at best. So hey Ace, how's it doing, baby doll? How you doing, my friend? How you doing, Ace? How's everything going? How's your day going, miss? But yeah, just to validate regardless, but I'm not mad at anyone, just so everyone knows. I'm not mad at anyone. And yes, like I said, you'd have to do something very diabolically horrid to me or a family member to make me even begin to be mad at any of yous. So, just so we're clear on that. I just want everyone to remember that I do care about every one of you in every way possible. Just know I'm not mad at any of yous. It would have to be something horrible that you did to me to even begin to make me upset with you. I met a lot of people. Oh, on. Cosmo says, I met a lot of people on this platform. Some people are good and loyal, others not so much. The people I trust are people that prove it to me, not just by words, but by proven loyalty through actions. Okay, thank you, Cosmo, for validating what the comment you said was. Sorry, brain is not all there today, but I appreciate you reminding that quote. And guys, listen to what Cosmo said in chat. That is proof, and that is some die-hard facts there. Cosmo's recent quote there, where he's talking about loyal people, that is 100% fact. So you know who your friends are if they're what Kyle just. Why am I saying Kyle? What Cosmo just said. Sorry, my sister's got a boyfriend named Kyle. So you have to forgive me on that one. Yeah, my sister has a boyfriend named Kyle. That's why I kept on saying Kyle. I don't know why I kept on saying Kyle, but you know. But yeah, exactly what Cosmo said. And Nico says, "Hi Retro Tiger Paw 5." Nico, I don't want to sound weird, but no offense, those paws in chat, they look like Blue's Clues. I'm just saying. I don't mean to sound like a goof, but the way your paw prints look in the chat, they don't look like tiger paw prints. They look like Who's Clues, Blue's Clues. Just saying. Just saying. If we want to add on to the goofballness here. The more older I get, the less patience I have putting up with people's BS. We're grown-ass adults and to know the meaning of loyalty. Yeah, and even me in the age of 27, I'm getting to the point where I'm losing the ability to give a damn. That honestly made my day. Well, you're welcome, Nico. I'm glad. Keep it up, Nico. I'm about to download the damn Blue's Clues game. The PC game. I'm gonna play it for you. Loved Blue's Clues growing up. Oh, Cosmo looks like I'm about to get the Blue's Clues ISO file download again, eh, boy? So I'm about to play some more Blue's Clues when I get a chance, eh? And Nico, the funny part is, since you loved Blue's Clues growing up, it's funny because I make the joke in this house a lot where I go up to my adopted brother and say, hey, I need to sit and think for a minute. He's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to go upstairs and sit in my thinking chair. It's funny in a sense because, yeah, shoot. So. Draw 4. But yeah, it's one of those things, People don't like me because I tell it as it is. I'm not easily deceived and don't take people's BS. I learned to accept it because I'm not changing for nobody. Exactly. And that's why I love Cosmo, because he's a realist like me. And that's the way I value Cosmo in a sense, because he and I have very similar values. Me and Cosmo have very similar outlook values, and that's why I love him to death, like a brother should. Because if it wasn't for Cosmo, I think, and a bunch of y'all in chat as well, I don't think I'd be able to live day in and day out the way I do. I'd probably either be A, in a psych ward, or B, dead on the street because of a heart attack or something, or in jail. But yeah, I love you guys to death, and that's why I love y'all enough to say what I say, because I mean it from the bottom of my Celtic heart. Ooh, SpongeBob, yellow, and because I want people that actually care and know the meaning of friendship. I don't want just numbers on my channel, with some YouTubers see said people as numbers, and that's the truth. Listen, and see, that's the same thing with me. I'm not in it on YouTube for the numbers, okay? I'm not in it on YouTube for the amount of subscribers, the money, none of that. I came to the platform, and let me tell you something. I am going to be 100% honest with you, because that's the kind of person I am. When I first started out, and for some of you, and real quick, some of you didn't see the post, if you did or not. I posted on my community tab the before and after pics of before I started my YT career and after I started my YT career, where we are now. So for those that want to see those before and after pics, I think it's the last post on my community tab. Watch it, look, or read at your own risk. What is it? Go to the YouTube post on your own terms. That's what I was looking for. That was the word I was looking for. But yeah, I posted recently on my YT community tab the before and after pics. But when I first started on YouTube, and when I currently where I am at. So, and if you look at it, you can see where I progressed. Like, for example, young, 13, small. Not sure if y'all can tell in the picture, I was tiny. And when I mean tiny, I was tiny. We're talking like very small. But yeah, I even said it the other day, you went from looking adorable to looking super smexy in 2025. Yeah, I saw that comment, you teaser, you. I know you saw it, Cosmo. You were one of the first people I noticed had said something about it. Cosmo, now you're just being a flirt, aren't you, brother? Guys, you see that what Cosmo said in chat? Cosmo's basically saying I age like fine wine. Y'all see that shit, right? Look what Cosmo said in the chat. He says retro gets better with years. You see that? Cosmo's trying to tell me I age like fine wine. It's kind of funny, actually. I find that kind of humorous. Was your dad tall? You might got tall because of your dad's side of the family. And it's funny because my mom mentioned this when I asked her. Here's the thing. I asked my mom the same question that you're asking me. My mother told me my dad was not the tallest fellow in the world either. Neither was my mom. This is where things get a little bit weirded out, right? Because my dad was also not very tall. My mom, not very tall. None of my members in the family are any tall. That's where this is weirded out. Is because my own father, biological, not the tallest brother in the world. Handsome, yes. My mother tells me he caught the eyes of many women before. So. My mom tells me my dad was kind of a ladies' man. That's one thing I got from his side of the family. But as far as where I got my ability to grow so tall, my gigantor genetics, no idea. No clue whatsoever. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo little Blues clue as to why I'm so tall and where my genetical trait of being tall comes from. Because as far as I'm concerned, I was the only one in our bloodline to even be the tall one. And that's what makes it really weird to a certain degree. Speaking of Blues Clues, as I have been tall a good portion of my career. And when I say good portion, I do mean good portion. And when I say tall for a good portion, I mean it. Because, well, let me put it to you this way, if I may. Oh, I don't have a picture of my 14-year-old self, unfortunately, that I could do this. See, if I could somehow had a picture of myself when I was 14 compared to when I was 13, you'd probably virtually shit your pants if you could see the difference throughout 1 year. Okay, and I say this with enough confidence. Because the funny part is, 13 years old, smallest, scrawniest little kid. Fast forward 1 year into the future, 14 years old. I got tall by the time I was 14. And that's 1 year after being so small. My own mother told me, she's like, dude, you had the most horrendous growth spurt I have ever seen. And I had to tell him, like, what the hell you mean? So, let me catch up in chat real quick. I feel terrible for not catching up in chat. Where do I leave off? I think I left off at work. Osmos asked me about my dad and stuff. Okay. Kazo commented fine with the wine emoji. I appreciate that. Joker, yo. Afterwards, Nico says, "I do, you adorable creature." Huh? Well, that's flattering. Oh, it's my turn. My bad. Kazo says, "I would want wine for Christmas Eve." Kazo wants wine, the fine wine that is. Visa says, "I come from a family of giants." What are you saying? Does that mean you're the only runt of the litter, is what you're trying to tell me? And Beast Source, are you considered the runt of that litter? Is what you're trying to insinuate? Just curious. Just a question. Okay, 9. And then we got Carlos said, could be from your mother's side of the family. The reason you're a friendly giant. Giant may be the part of it, but at the same time, the friendly part of it, not so much. And don't take this to heart, because let me tell you something. I will tell you because I care enough to tell you. Okay, my mom's side, not the friendliest bunch. My mom's side family, they are a bunch of grumpy individuals that value solitude even more than I do. And I say that with an open heart and an open mind. And Nico says, my mom isn't tall about my height. My dad is kind of tall, she says. And then Carlos says, well, that means Retro is the ultimate being. Nico says, meanwhile, I'm probably... And Beastosaurus says, I don't understand your question. Give me a second, I will validate. I will tell you what I mean by the question. Let me explain. So, Beastosaurus, you know how I'm from a family of really, really short people, but yet I'm the tall one? I thought because you said you came from a family of giants similar to my equation, to where you were the only little one in the family. That's why I said, because in my house, I come from a family of basically dwarfs. Except not all of them are dwarf size, but you know what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get at, if that makes any sense. Is I thought you were the same kind of deal. That's all. Joe Selly, welcome in, brother. How you doing? It's a toe. Real quick though, that reminds me, Cosmo, I wanted to tell you something. I'm not little. Okay. Beastosaurus, what I was trying to get at was... No, what I was trying to get at is, you know how I came from a family of little people, or people that were smaller than me. I thought you were comparing your situation on the opposite side, that's all. That's all. But no, I guess Beastosaurus meant his whole family, including him, is giants. I'm sorry if I assumed anything, Beastie. You know, I care about you, buddy. Alright. That's all. I'm 5'11", says Joe Show You. Yeah, I could pick you up and cradle yous. All depends on how much most people weigh at that point. But yeah, Beastosaurus, I wasn't trying to insult you, my friend. I was just trying to validate what was the answer of conversation. That's all. You know I love you, buddy. Nico says, oh, that's the opposite for me. I guess I'm the runt of... Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Nico says, oh, that's the opposite for me. Yes, I'm the runt or all of my siblings because I'm the shortest. Lol. So he says, you're good, Retro. Don't worry. Thanks, buddy. Love ya. Speaking of which, how long has this same Uno match been going? We were talking for so long. I was trying to figure out like how long we've been on this. So this is, and let me just take a moment to tell you guys something about this, okay? We used to play this game, Uno, growing up. The actual physical card game. And let me tell you something. Even with a limited size deck of cards, this particular game of Uno between us siblings would go on and on and on and on because no one would hit a breaking point to lose all their cards. It was such a funny concept. So, he a friendly leader, warriors, this Joe Show You. Yeah, he's a friendly one. I like friendly people when they're friendly. I like when people are friendly. It makes me smile when people are friendly. An hour-long stream so far. Yeah, an hour-long stream with... Damn. An hour-long stream, which means we've been on this frickin' same Uno duel for a good portion of that. Jesus Christ, Can you imagine, like, just sitting here being locked in an unholy battle of wit in limbo? Could you imagine if all of our wars, like between Russia and everything else, were solved by this kind of conflict? Like, instead of like raising arms of swords or guns, every nation would get together and play cards like this. Can you imagine what would happen if this shit was ongoing in a locked battle of Uno? Can you imagine? It would have to be a game of poker at that point. Like, some people see that they're losing, put their poker cards on, and just go fold. You know what I mean? That'd be the funny part of it, you know? Skip again, because I can do that. I'm friendly and flirty with you, the retro, to get you to smile. Yeah, Cosmo, we're fully aware that you are 30, flirty, and thriving, Mr. Guy in his 30s. Love you, buddy. Yes, I have seen the movie 13 going on 30. So, with Jennifer Gardner and who's that guy? He's the guy that plays the new Bruce Banner in the recent Avengers movie. I'm drawing a blank, but that's okay. Nico says, speaking of physical games, I and my siblings and cousins used to sit together and play Monopoly. Ooh, Cosmo, I think it's time for me to tap in on this conversation. I'll tell you what, after this round of Uno is over, I'm going to show you guys something that you probably aren't ready and probably have never seen before. So pay attention. Get ready for what's going to happen. Because I'm pretty sure y'all are not ready for what's going to happen. Or what I'm about to show you regarding a board game from back then. I don't think you're ready. So... So get ready for that once this Uno battle's over. This Uno battle keeps going. I'm just gonna fold because I'm getting sick and tired of playing. No. Can I? Is there a way to give it? Yes. Thank God. Don't mind me. I just don't particularly care for a repetitive game like this. So just hold on. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Let me just quickly close the game capture real quick. Give me a sec, because I want to show you guys this. Prepare yourselves. Kids, put your pencils down and pay attention, kids, because class is in session. And BC Source says, I must be the youngest here. In chat or in general, because I'm like 27, homeboy. I'd be the baby of this equation, just saying. Hold on, let's see. Hey, Crypto, what's going on, brah? BC Source says he's 29, still beats you there, but I'm 27. I'm 27, Holmes. Looks like I beat you this time, but Nico says she's 32. Crypto says I'm old. Oh, I'm not the youngest. Hell yeah. You're not the youngest, Holmes. Nice try, though. That's adorable. Though, good try. Crypto says he's 35. Yeah. Oh, guys, here it is. This is the exact version I grew up with. Give me a sec. Jazz. Doink. Prepare, guys, for some serious... I do mean some serious... board game lore, because I don't think y'all are ready for what I'm about to show you. Y'all want to talk about y'all want to talk about Monopoly. I'm the youngest out of all the siblings, and there are 7 of us. Oh no. Let me tell you something. I was not the youngest of the siblings, but maturity wise I am the youngest in my mom's house, if you think about it. My sister, who is in fact the youngest, is more mature than I will ever be. So, downloads. Here it is. Prepare yourselves. Okay, let's full screen this. Hold on. Do this. Let's hit transform. Let's hit fit screen. Okay. Put that behind. Well, put that right here. All right. Y'all thought you had me, huh? Yeah, I get mistaken for being younger. You are kind of childish retro, but then again, so am I. Sucker. You know what Cosmo really likes? Yeah. Retro, guess what Cosmo really likes? A few weeks ago, a 5-year-old asked his mom if I was a kid. Also, I look like a child. All my siblings are half-blood. Hello, kitty. Nice, buddy. Okay, everyone, pencils down. Hold on. Do any of you blokes in the chat know this board game that's on the screen here? And if you don't, I will be more than happy to explain. Anyone want to press the buzzer and try to guess what this game's about? Anyone? Wants to be the boss? Come on. So, press the buzzer. I have a fascination to Hello Kitty. I might get this game. I didn't get to read that in time. I might get the game for PS5. They have a Hello Kitty game for PS5? Damn. Retro, explain retro. Alright. Everyone, listen up and I will explain. Pencils down, eyes on the ball here. Everyone face the chalkboard. Because now class is in session. I'm actually going to put my camera just a teensy bit bigger for this. Okay. So what we have here, guys, and please pay attention. What you have here does remind me of Mr. Monopoly. Okay, so so Nico, you're close to the subject matter, but here's the thing. You know how in Monopoly, in the game Monopoly, the last person with any money left in their pocket is the winner? Yes? Yes or no? The game Monopoly with the money man, you have the person with the last person that hasn't gone broke yet is the winner. Yes? Okay. So, in this version, it's not the last person who has money is the winner. It's the first person to lose all of their money and actually, quote unquote, go broke is the winner. And I'm not joshing you. This is an actual board game that we actually played growing up. This is the actual design of the box that we found. And when I say we, I mean my social worker growing up. This is the actual design of the box we had growing up. This is the actual design of the box we had growing up for that said board game. This is not an AI generated box. This is 100% valid because I grew up with the same board game with the same design box. Yeah. So, unlike Monopoly, where you have to be the last remaining person with any money in their pocket, Go for Broke, actually, you win by losing all your money and going broke. And with that, class dismissed. Put your pencils down. There's the bell. Get out of my class. I'm just kidding. Kidding. But yeah, that's the game, Go for Broke, that I grew up and was so fascinated with growing up. So now that y'all know about that, there you go. There you go. Wasn't that a nice little fun fact of life there, buddy? Alright, what we got? Cosmo's in the chat taking notes. Like, Cosmo, you're such a funny fellow, you know that? Crypto even is surprised. It's funny. Crypto even is surprised to hear about there being a Hello Kitty. Here, let me read this. Why don't I shut up and read his comment? Crypto said there's a Hello Kitty game for PS5. I struggle to see how it manages to stay relevant, as I haven't seen the show on TV since I was maybe 6. And Cosmo's taking notes. Crypto said I did love the show though. Nico says, of course I was the one to run out of money quickly. Crypto says, if I was the creator of Monopoly, I'm suing the crap out of this game. Hey! You know what's funny about that? Hold on, you know what? Let's do a little... You know what? I'm actually tapping on this. Hold on. You know what, Crypto? You want to go that route? Fine. Challenge accepted. Give me a sec. Hey, Crypto, I hate to burst your frickin' bubble, dude, but you're in for a rude doozy rude awakening, homeboy. The things I could say right now. Hold on, let me pull up a window capture setting. Give me a sec. Automatic. I want to say, no, it's automatic. Select a window. Here we go. Alright. So, my brother, Mr. Crypto, prepare to have yourself bubble bursted and have your bubble popped. Alright, so, I'm good, Retro. Hope you and everyone are having a great day. I am good. Alright, so pay attention, Crypto, because I checked this. I said, is Monopoly and Go for Broke the same company? And here is your answer in nice blue letters. Yes. So here, Monopoly and Go for Broke are part of Hasbro Games. So therefore, copy and paste, print by print. Can't sue them. Yes. It was. I learned something new here. I learned something new there. Damn, I meant learned. You're good. I got what you meant. I know what you meant. It's the same dude. That explains a lot. And with that, I rest my case. My name is Retro Scorpion, and I approve this message. Case closed. Okay. I'm Retro Scorpion and I approve this message. Hi guys, I'm Retro Scorpion. You're watching Disney Channel. Alright. Actually, in this equation with how obnoxiously dirty our streams can get within the chat, so I'll just say it. I'm not gonna say Disney Channel, but I'll say this. I'll do this. I'll go, hi, I'm Retro Scorpion. You're watching TRL. There you go. Alright, well, anyway, guys, I'm going to shut this stream down, and I will be live with another. So, stand by. We will be playing something else here soon. So, sit tight. Everyone chat. I'll be live streaming something else. Something a little bit more fun. I may just even say fuck it and play some Blue's Clues, but I might have to wait for that to the moments. But I'll see you guys next time. I will be live here again. Just sit tight. Patience, darlings, and people in chat. Speaking of darlings, I want to quickly... no one leave, because I want to showcase something here. So everyone, don't go yet. I want to showcase something. I want to showcase the latest. So give me a second. I need to find something. Okay. Let's do this. Unka. Where is it? There's this from my own fan-made Christmas album. Let us play the song of choice from my own custom-made Christmas album cover. Let's play. Sit there to make sure it's here. Yep, here it is. Here we go, guys, from my own custom-made Christmas album. Here we go.
Oh, Christmas cheese, how sharp is your cheddar? Your hollow holes in your Swiss, the cheesy taste that I'll miss. Oh, Christmas cheese, how sharp is your cheddar? Oh, Christmas cheese, how sharp is your cheddar? Your hollow holes in your Swiss, the cheesy taste that I'll miss. Oh, Christmas cheese, how sharp is your cheddar?
You can get your copy of this available on iTunes or your local Walmart. I'm just kidding. Kidding. Do not listen to that. We don't have this on iTunes or Spotify. Don't listen to me. I was kidding. Kidding. It was a joke. But here's the thing. I may release this song track on my SoundCloud. Maybe I will. I might release this on SoundCloud, and if you're lucky, I may send some of you a audio copy for you to from you to download onto your MP3s. And stuff. So one of you, I will not say who, has already received. Well, actually, two of you have already received an audio MP3. But will you be the next winner to receive an MP3 copy of this soundtrack? Leave a comment below, and I may email you on a separate note. And if you are lucky enough, I will send you an email of this MP3 file regarding that song. So, with that being said, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy NOSTALG-MAS, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. But for right now, let's sing Happy Birthday. Why not? Wrong one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet darling.